I used to hate my walk home. Not because it was far, but because it was quiet. The kind of quiet that doesn't calm you. It just magnifies how alone you are. Every evening was a copy-paste of the last. Same streetlights, same cracked sidewalk, same humming vending machine at the corner. Life felt stuck on a loop. But one evening, something changed. I heard a soft sound behind me, like tiny footsteps splashing on wet pavement. I thought it was just the rain, but when I turned around, there she was. A small, gray and white cat. She was thin, but clean, like she'd once belonged to someone. She froze when I looked at her, her big eyes catching the last bit of sunlight. I mumbled, "Hey, little one." She just tilted her head, then started walking again, toward me. I kept going and she followed. Every few steps I'd turn around, and there she'd be, keeping the same patient distance. I even crossed the street to test her. She waited for a car to pass, then crossed too. Smart. Cautious. By the time I reached my building, I'd started talking to her. You know, those one-sided conversations you have when you're too tired to care if you sound weird. "So why are you following me, huh?" No answer, just a slow blink. When I opened the door to my apartment, she sat down on the steps. She didn't try to come in, but she didn't leave either, just stayed there. I held the door open for a moment, then sighed. "Suit yourself." I closed it and figured that was that. The next morning, it was raining again. I stepped out for work, and guess who was there? Same spot, same posture. Her fur was damp, her tail wrapped around her feet, like she'd been waiting all night. "Still here?" I said. She meowed once, just one small sound. I don't know why, but it hit me right in the chest. I went back inside, grabbed an old bowl, and poured some milk. She sniffed it, looked up at me, and then started drinking. That tiny lapping sound. It was the first thing that felt truly alive in my apartment for a long time. Days turned into a week. She didn't move in, but she never left. Every evening when I came back from work, she'd be waiting on the same step. Sometimes she'd nap under a bench near the gate, other times on my doormat like she owned the place. I started buying tuna instead of instant noodles, just so she'd have something better to eat. I kept telling myself it was temporary. I was lying. One night, the rain was heavier than usual, with thunder shaking the windows. I looked outside, worried she'd still be out there. And she was, curled up under the awning, soaked and shivering. I opened the door and said, "Come in already." She didn't move, so I stepped out into the rain and gently picked her up. She didn't fight it. She just pressed her face against my arm, like she'd been waiting for permission all along. And that's how she finally came home. She adapted faster than I did. Within 2 days, she'd claimed her favorite spots, the corner of the couch, the window ledge, and somehow my pillow. When I'd leave for work, she'd sit by the door. When I came back, she'd stretch, blink, and walk away with this air of, "Oh, you're back. Took you long enough." It's funny how suffocating the quiet in my apartment felt before her, and how peaceful that same quiet felt after she arrived. After a week, I noticed something strange. I was doing things again, cooking real meals, watering the one houseplant I hadn't managed to kill yet. I was even opening the curtains in the morning to let the light in. She'd jump onto the counter and watch me pour coffee, and when I'd say, "You can't have any," she'd flick her tail like she was deeply disappointed. That became our routine. Her silence wasn't empty anymore. It was company. Then came one of those days. Everything that could go wrong at work did. Someone quit, someone yelled, someone passed the blame to me. By the time I got home, I just wanted to disappear. I dropped my bag, slid down onto the floor, and just stared at nothing. She walked over, slow and careful, and then sat down right beside me. She didn't meow or move, just leaned her small body against my shoulder. It's strange how a creature that small can hold so much warmth. That was the first night in a long time that I didn't feel completely broken. Weeks turned into months. People at work started saying I seemed different, lighter. I started going for walks again, and this time, she'd walk beside me. Not behind me, not hiding, right beside me. When strangers would smile and say, "She's cute," I found myself smiling back. She was cute. She was also the reason I was remembering how to smile at all. Then one morning, she didn't follow me to the door. She stayed curled up on the couch, her eyes half closed. I just thought, lazy girl, and left for the day. But all day, something felt off. When I came home that evening, she was sitting by the window watching the sunset. I sat down next to her. The light was golden and perfect. She looked at me and gave me one of her slow blinks. And in that quiet moment, it felt like she was saying, "It's okay now. You're fine." She's still with me, of course, still napping in sunbeams, still ignoring me half the time. But I think about that first night often, the one where she followed me home. People say cats don't really care about us, but I know better. Sometimes love doesn't look like loud affection. Sometimes it's just staying close, quietly, long enough for someone to start breathing again. And every time I see her sleeping by the window, I whisper, "Thanks for following me home." Thank you so much for listening to our story. If it resonated with you, maybe give this video a like and follow for more stories from our little life together. See you next time.